Well, let's formally welcome everybody to our PWQA abbreviated virtual online interactive face-to-face via the internet awards ceremony and closing event. It's the last thing I'll get to officially do for a few more minutes as president of this great association, and thank you all for putting up with me this year. Instead of immediately handing the gavel to Irma, we're going to watch a brief video from DJ Shanahan, who's the current president of the WQA. DJ prepared this for us, and I really enjoy some of the sentiments that he shared with us. And we're going to watch that first. Frank, I think you have a call. We're going to watch that first, and then we'll transition into the traditional sequence of events.
Welcome. I'm sorry I can't be with you personally. This is DJ Shanahan, your WQA president for 2020-2021. I wanted to thank the PWQA board and Greg Reinecke for the invite to speak with you today. I have a lot to cover, and I know you have your time is valuable, so I will knock this out as quickly as I can. I sure look forward to seeing each of you at our live event, which is still being planned for April 27th through 29th in Las Vegas. We just concluded a fantastic virtual mid-year leadership conference. I'm sure many of you were there. What an exciting list of events. Kicked off, the welcome reception was a lot of fun. Virtual bingo, having a cocktail together, a lot of fun. The sessions, I think, were really extremely well attended. I was very impressed to see over 300 people, including staffers, had registered for mid-year this year. I believe that's about twice what we typically run. So I think the idea of a virtual event and certainly having group discounts for larger companies helped, because we had several companies that showed up in force, and we really appreciate everyone being there. The topics and the sessions that we had were phenomenal. Of course, we had Curtis Dubé from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce give us a real nice economic outlook in what they're looking at with the impacts of COVID and the recovery and what we all can expect in the future. We also had a phenomenal presentation on diversity, equity, and inclusion from Kendall Wright. I'm sure if you were there, you felt the same way I did, that, you know, what a privilege it was to have him speak with us and to learn from somebody that truly has knocked these boundaries down and understands how much stronger we all can be when we work together. Of course, we unveiled the WQRF contaminant occurrence map, which I'm sure many of us are already trying to figure out how we can use in our businesses. That's going to be very helpful. And I hope you enjoyed the town hall as much as I did. It's the second year I've been able to join you for a town hall, and that's basically a live Q&A session where you get to fire away, and by gosh, I hope we've got the right answers that you're looking for. That was a lot of fun. And again, virtual bingo, who didn't enjoy that? Of course, capped all off with the WQRF function the last night, which was the wine tasting from Adelsheim. What a treat. And hopefully it was the fundraiser that WQRF had envisioned. Really happy to see almost 100 attendees at this year's dealer section meeting. But I had a question, and I wish we could be together live so that I could see a show of hands. But I was really wondering how many of the almost 100 attendees at that dealer section were really dealers. I saw a lot of people that were WQA staffers, and I saw a lot of people that were manufacturer suppliers. So my guess is we still have some work to do on getting our message out about engagement. And really, if you've listened to anything that I've been saying since I took the gavel back in April, you know, that's really my big push for this year is engagement. And what are we going to do to get primarily our dealer leaders better engaged in our association? So we have some ideas. I think that seeing over almost 100 attendees at dealer section is very positive. I think the leadership is great, but we still have more to do. And if you have not heard about the new LEAD program, that is a program that we developed specifically to try and get more young dealers and new faces involved in the leadership of our association. So if you'd like more information about that, certainly feel free to reach out to staff or reach out to me personally, and I'll be happy to take you through our leadership engagement and development initiative. So we also have some really exciting things that we're about to unveil, including the RO Market Trend Report. We've been doing the tank and valve report. Those of you on the manufacturer supplier side know that's a great value you get from your association. We are going to be able to do that for ROs so that you'll know where you stack up in your market share for the drinking water space, specifically with ROs. And that really will be a nice benefit for our manufacturer supplier members. We have another great benefit that's coming for our dealer members, and that's going to be our business operations benchmarking report, where we're going to look at things like how you stack up on staffing, marketing, benefits, things like that, that I think really will be able to help us all. We are going to need your input for both of these reports to have any true meaning. We need your input. So if you are a manufacturer supplier, we need you to give us your numbers on a regular basis. And if you are a dealer member, we need you to turn in your information when the time comes. You should have already gotten a survey that asked you if you were interested in participating in this business operations benchmarking report. And if so, how many dealerships would you be reporting for, and so forth. Very important, great member benefits that we want to be sure you all take advantage of. I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the other really wonderful initiatives that your association is undertaking now to bring value to our members. One that a lot of you are probably very familiar with is the California Safer program, where they're benchmarking a significant amount of money, $130 million a year for the next 10 years, $1.3 billion, to help ensure that people in the state of California have access to safe drinking water. In that legislation, they specifically talk about point of use and point of entry equipment that can be not only the short-term fix while bigger infrastructure is developed, it can also be the best long-term solution. And for the first time ever, it calls out these devices for compliance regulation. Compliance is just huge for our industry. So if you're not familiar with that effort, please sign on. It could have it really be a major needle mover for us. And of course, you all know if it happens in California, it can trickle around to the rest of the country. So really an excellent piece of legislation. There's also an initiative underway that's called the Clean Water for All. And this is a rebate program to help people that might not have the funds to be able to put the equipment in their homes that they know they need. This is not going to be specifically for compliance so much as it is consumers' desire to improve their water quality. But it will still be treating many of the things that are on the primary drinking water contaminant list. So this is not just aesthetics. We're not just the water softener industry anymore. These are health-related devices that can bring you more pure water in your home to take care of significant contaminants like arsenic, like PFAS, like lead and nitrates and chrome 6. I'm sure you're seeing a lot of those things out west like we are out east back here. So great initiatives that your association is really driving hard, both in the legislation in California and at the federal level in Washington, D.C. And all of these initiatives point towards our need for certified water professionals. It's fairly easy for us to be able to demonstrate that the products that we are specifying for a given contaminant are third-party certified to remove that specific contaminant. I think it's going to be a bigger challenge for our industry for us to understand that we have the license or the certified professionals that will be able to design, install, and maintain these devices. So if you are not certified yet through the Water Quality Association, I encourage you, please get your certifications. There's business that's coming. You want to take advantage of it. So get yourself and your staffs certified. And you can go to wqa.org/profcert, short for professional certification, to learn about the many different certifications and even continuing education that we have available through the Water Quality Association. Also want to announce we have a brand new consumer-facing website called betterwatertoday.org. Many of you have already seen the website, and we're getting great feedback on it. So please take time to check it out and refer your clients to it. Although it is posted, obviously, and hosted by the Water Quality Association, it is a direct-to-consumer website designed to answer their most basic questions. We are not going to make them CWSs after they visit this website. But by golly, they're going to be much better educated to ask the right questions when you come out to see them. So please take a look at it. Again, betterwatertoday.org. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about managing in a pandemic. And I kind of talked about this at the opening session before Curtis DeBay came on and spoke. And I just want to share, I'm sure you all have dealt with the same challenges that I have in my dealerships. But this is just an unbelievably unprecedented time because of COVID-19. The world's been impacted like no other event in my lifetime. We've seen some terrible things and we've seen some really great things, but this has impacted literally every person on the face of the earth. So we've had to reprioritize our goals like you have. We had to put profits aside for safety because there's nothing more important than making sure that our employees stay safe. If they were to get the COVID from something they're doing at work, then they take it home. Or they could take it to the dozens or even hundreds of customers that they touch. Extremely important that safety became our top priority. And I know in California and many of the West Coast states, you feel the same way with the lockdowns and so forth, the precautions that have been taken. Very important that we look at safety as our top priority there. We've all learned to work virtually. Here I am coming to you today on a virtual platform that a few months ago, I would have had no idea how to interface with you at this level. But now we have Zoom and we have Teams and we have OpenReel and we have so many different platforms that bring us the opportunity to meet virtually. And I think that's here to stay. And other positive changes I think that we're going to see too is certainly the recognition of how critical better hygiene is. Wash your hands more, for gosh sake. The wearing of a mask, especially if you're prone to sneezing or anything like that, I think that's here to stay. So I think there's going to be some positives that will come from COVID. You, like I, were forced into several no-win decisions. If we reacted too harshly, we could be out of business. And I'm sure some dealers are out of business because of the impacts of what COVID did when you can't get in a home to do what we do for a living every day. If you don't react severely enough, somebody gets sick. And now you're subject to not only all of the fallout from that, but even potential litigation for not following the proper safety protocols. So we just had to make the decisions that we felt were best for our organizations and try and minimize the risk to everyone that we were around. And I'm sure that you all felt the same thing that we did. The other thing we had to try and figure out is, what are we going to do if somebody tests positive? How are we going to react to that if we have somebody in our own organization that tests positive? And all of the protocols that have to be developed to be sure we're prepared for that and we minimize that impact. A lot of this really was available to you, to the members of the Water Quality Association, through our WQA website in a special section specifically for coronavirus. You got resources there from EPA Director Wheeler, for example, who deemed us an essential business. I don't know about you, but every one of my vehicles on the road had the statement from Director Wheeler in it that we were an essential business. So if we got stopped, we could show that document and say our industry has been deemed essential. Very helpful document. There was numerous other things that we could look at on WQA's coronavirus section of the website, including what was the latest from the World Health Organization? What was the latest from the CDC? What should we know and be aware of, even state by state, of how we should be reacting and where the closures were and how that would impact how we do our jobs? I mean, let's face it, Q2 was probably a bust for all of us. You know, we had a PPP loan, something that we've never seen before, that thankfully for us small business owners probably saved the day. You know, it allowed us to continue paying people even if they weren't coming to work, because that was favorable over layoffs and unemployment. It allowed us to get, I don't know what you all did, but we had some guys come in and do some facility repairs that were much needed because we didn't feel comfortable sending them out into people's homes. So I think that was a really great resource. And I hope, like us, you are seeing an uptick in Q3. In fact, saw an uptick in Q3. I think sales in June across the country from everybody that I've spoken with topped what we did in June of 2019. So that's a really strong bounce back for our industry. I think also the power of collaboration was something that was really seen here. And so we had an opportunity to tap into the collective intelligence of not only people that you work with on a regular basis, but also other professionals throughout the association and throughout this industry. You know, that's one of the great things about WQA. We're not brand specific. We're not here to say that if you're a Culligan dealer, you should do this. If you're an Echo dealer, you should do that. If you're a Connecticut dealer, you should do this. That's not how we are organized. We have specific rules and regulations that keep us so that we can have open conversations about things that we needed to communicate and collaborate about, not brand specific. That is your WQA at work for you. So I want to thank everyone who helped us come through this trying time together. And again, I think one of the silver linings is, you know, the world has a new appreciation for quality drinking water at a level I have not seen since I've been in this business. So I hope we all understand how critical our roles are in making sure our customers and future customers have access to high quality drinking water. I do want to remind you that we are planning a live in-person event at Las Vegas in April for our annual convention. There will certainly be a virtual component. If nothing else, we've learned that that is a necessity in these times, and I think you will see that in most of our future meetings. We're also planning our next mid-year leadership conference in September, which would be in the Chicagoland area, actually called Oak Brook, Illinois. The reason for going there is we want to unveil our new digs. We're going to be moving into a new building, and we are very happy and proud to show that building off. So September next year, mark your calendars, 14th through the 16th, for the Chicagoland area to come out and join us for a mid-year leadership conference. Last thing I'll leave you with is, if you're not a member, now's the time to join. In fact, if you join now, you can get 15 months worth of membership for the price of 12 months. You will not have to renew until 2022. Also, if you're a member of PWQA, as I hope and expect most of you are, you'll get a 30% savings. So you certainly can't beat that. So again, I want to thank you for allowing me to have this informal chat with you today. I certainly hope that your conference goes well, that you all learn and you take from it what you had expected. And I certainly hope you understand the importance that our state and regional associations play for our national partner in the Water Quality Association. If you'd like any more information on what we do and how we can help you in your business, please don't hesitate to reach out to staff or reach out to me personally. I thank you. I hope you have a great conference.
You just got to love the guy. He's always sincere, and I really love that. So it is my great privilege and pleasure to draw attention to Irma Bishop. Irma, are you ready to unmute yourself? I FedExed a package. There you go. I FedExed a package to Irma at the beginning of the week. And Irma, did you get your gavel in the FedEx?
There you go.
I'm officially handing over the gavel to Irma virtually. And Irma, you're the boss.
Great. Thanks, Greg. All right. Hello, everyone. What a year. Thanks to all of you for joining us today. We have learned to overcome, adapt, and we have found ways to communicate in so many different ways during this ever-changing and challenging environment. Just as our former leaders have demonstrated their dedication to this wonderful industry, of ours, we are ready to address another year that I believe will see positive industry growth and profitability. First of all, I want to thank you, Greg, for your leadership and your hard work associated with not only on how we started conducting business earlier this year, but also for your strength and your leadership during the COVID times. And I doubt that picking up the baton and running with it's going to be easy, but I know that we, with the support of the executive committee and the board of directors, will be fine and be very productive. So let me share some of my priorities with for PWQA this upcoming year. Communication. With the help of the board of directors, I intend to communicate no less than quarterly the activities undertaken by our association. The goal here is to encourage participation in our activities, ensure awareness of what we will be doing on behalf of all the members. Governmental affairs, the continuing relationships with Dave Loveday from WQA, and of course Randy Pollock with Churchill White, is possibly the most important relationships that we can have. Continual effort will be made to not only recognize the past successes in this area, but also to increase outreach to state legislators and regulators. Our interaction. First of all, a huge hats off and congratulations for all that participated in this great event and this virtual convention. Particular thanks to our association management team and our different committees on their successful efforts to bring education, interaction, and fun to this inaugural virtual event, I should say. While I say inaugural event, I don't want us to give up on the future activities where we can all be together, both learning, interacting, sharing meals, and appropriate libation. In short, let's hope that we can get together in person for Legislative Day next May, our annual barbecue, and our convention in Burbank next October. I promise I will work hard to represent you in the upcoming year. I will keep you informed. I will work with Russ to assure a good transfer a year from now, and I look forward to enjoying this year and hope that you will too. Thank you for your time and thank you for joining us this year. All right, I guess I got to continue now, Greg, right? All right, Greg, you also should have gotten a plaque from us. Is that in your hands there? Great. Thank you again for your dedication and for doing an amazing job this year. You know, you were the right person at the right time, you know, with the right group to make this happen during these difficult times. So thank you very much, Greg. No words of wisdom, Greg? Stay on mute.
I just unmuted myself. Thank you so much, Irma. It's been a distinct pleasure, and we have so many great people in our association, and it's always interesting to see how you get to know different people in different roles, and how you get to see how people work under stress and how people work when things are tough. And it's been quite enlightening and educational this year. And I'm just glad that we were all able to pull together as an association and work towards what we believe in, which is cleaner, better, safer water for everyone. And at the same time, protecting our industry and making sure that we're able to feed our families and secure our financial futures, all while protecting our industry from overzealous legislators. So it's a lofty goal. I've enjoyed playing my little teeny tiny role in it, and I'm very excited, Irma, to see you do a significantly better job than I did.
I doubt that, Greg, but thank you.
Great job, Greg.
Thank you, John.
All right, moving on to the next is our special awards that it's going to be conducted today by Frank. Are you there? Oh, there you are. Hi, Frank. Turning it over to you, sir.
And first, before I start out, Greg Reineke, thank you for your volunteerism this year. Great job. Trying times, you did a great job. And I'd also like to commend your exquisite taste in sport coats and blue shirts.
I think we share the same haberdasher.
How about that? So anyway, it's my First of all, there's not a fly in my hair, is there? Um, so it's my great pleasure to present the Special Service Award this year. And this is as it's called, a special category where we want to award somebody and it doesn't quite fit into some of the other categories. And this Special Service Award is one that goes towards longevity, the importance of being there and supporting us. This year's recipient started out in the water business when he was 17 years old in 1967, getting paid $2.50 an hour after school and on weekends. He would drive the truck, he would regenerate resin, he would rebed softeners, and even the big ones that you had to climb in and out of. He graduated high school in 1968, went on to receive his bachelor's from UCSB and his master's from Azusa Pacific. His father was Gene Holt, who purchased Aquacon Company from the Permuted Company. And Bill began working there in 1975 full-time. And I'm talking about Bill Hansen. Bill became president and owner of Aquacon 22 years ago, 1998, and 20 years later, sold his business to the Resintech family of companies. Bill started attending the PWQA in the late 80s, more than 30 years ago. And as you know, he's played in and won many of the poker tournaments and the golf championships. He's continued to be a champion for the industry and for the association. And with that, I'd like to award to Bill Hansen, my good friend, who I've known since 1989, the Special Service Award from the Pacific Water Quality Association.
Yay, Bill.
Virtual hand of applause. Thank you, Bill.
Is Bill on? Frank?
And well, that's the only award I have to present today. Joyce, are there more awards?
That's actually it. Maybe Courtney wants to accept the award on Bill's behalf.
Ah,
All right.
Courtney?
Yeah, I think he's on.
Oh, Bill, where are you?
He's just on mute.
is he busy with his new grandchildren?
All right, congratulations, Bill, and thank you, Frank, for introducing this great award. Thank you.
You're welcome.
For everyone, we do have 7 different award categories. The award nominations can be accepted at any time throughout the year. So please visit our PWQA website for award descriptions and to nominate people next year that are deserving of one of these awards. Okay, I think we're getting ready to wrap this up. So I got a couple thank yous for everything that we've accomplished. So I want to start off by thanking Geneva. Are you there? If you can wave at everybody. Thanks Geneva for making this happen. I call her, she's our techie person, right? Without her behind the scenes, the presentations, the training sessions would not have gone as smoothly as they did. So thank you, Geneva, for leading that side of it. Appreciate it. Thank you to Pat for setting up the wine tasting event. So thank you very much, Pat, for that. I heard it was great. I apologize I couldn't make it, but thank you for doing that. Thank you to Alan Horner, Greg Chubb Machad, Danny Bauer, Marianne Metzger, Douglas Herring, and Kim Redden for the great educational sessions. So thank you for making that a great success. Ron, I thought I saw Ron Roof earlier in the meetings. Is he still on or did he step off? Don't see him. All right, just a quick thanks to Ron, for for joining us. I think he was with us most of the week, and also for helping us over the last couple years. So thank you, Ron. Thank you to those that created some amazing Tech Talks. We had a total of 11 Tech Talks that I saw online earlier today. All those can be accessed through our website on a variety of different topics that will help with our continual development. Thank you to Joyce, again, for taking the lead on getting us ready for this convention, along with Mike Mecca for helping us get some great sponsors. We could not have done it without you. Thank you to Pentair, CLAC, Corporation, Connecticut Incorporated, IAPMO, Aero Industries, Good Water Warehouse, and Aquamore. And again, thanks to all of you for attending our 63rd annual convention and our trade show and our educational sessions. I hope that you have a great evening and enjoy your weekend. And we'll be talking soon. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Irma.
Thank you.
Thank you, Irma. Have a great year.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend, everybody. Thank you for attending.
Thank you all for
safe.
attending.
Have a great one, guys. Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.